By 2003, we had hit the big time, and things just kept snowballing. The Ballast Casino gave us a bus that we pimped up with a wet bar, chaise lounges, and jazz trio to make the run from Milwaukee. It was a well-oiled machine any way you looked at it. During the week, people would watch Milwaukee talk for a chance to win 2 tickets to be on that bus to Ballast with us. We'd end the Thursday morning show boarding it for Ballast, and when we arrived there, the workers knew there was more business than they could handle following right behind us. We'd do the TV show Friday morning from the casino and convince the viewers Ballast was the only place to be that weekend. Friday and Saturday night, there'd be 500 people watching our club act, which in turn made them want to tune in on Monday. The TV show sold the Ballast act, and the Ballast act would sell the TV show. And that snowball just kept rolling and rolling every week until we had the biggest balls anywhere.
And we weren't afraid to throw them around either. I remember one night after our show, we all went to Club Lucky 7 at the casino for an after-show party.
A waitress in tears came by to take our order. We asked her what was wrong, and she told us the manager was giving her troubles. Marshall was the weekend manager and a real prick smack of a grinder. The kind of guy who could drive bartenders into bitter slingers and drive waitresses to tears. We wanted to put him back in his place.
I looked at a handwritten poster that hung over the bar. Did Marshall write that wing special sign?
She nodded her head yes.
That wing special sign was an ongoing inside joke we had at our table, and this week we figured it was time to call Marshall on it.
We'll take every wing you got in this joint.
A couple of minutes later, Marshall came by our table and told us there were about 12,000 wings in the kitchen. Are you sure you wanted them all? Vic assured him.
Pal, we're going to make history tonight. Just you tilt that honey-dripping keister God gave you towards that kitchen and start making those wings fly.
Marshall sped into the kitchen and helped the staff churn out 3 platters of 100 wings every 10 minutes for hours. The place was hopping. As fast as those platters were coming out, we were gifting tables with free wings, compliments of Milwaukee talk.
Hours later, when the wings were gone, a sweaty and stinky Marshall came out of the kitchen waving a $2,400 tab. I pulled out a $20 bill and 4 ones and gave them to Marshall. His jaw dropped. I suppose you were expecting a tip. Learn math, I said, and then pointed at the sign above the bar. You are charging 20/100ths of a cent for a wing. That's 5 wings for a penny, 50 wings for a dime, and 500 for a buck. Marshall threatened that we'd never get away with this. My supervisor will be talking to you in the morning. Vic pulled out his cell phone and dialed the first 6 digits of a phone number.
Yeah? Press 2. This is your supervisor's boss. Why don't we let everyone know how stupid you and your big mouth are?
Marshall backed down.
And if you think you're going to turn this into a story about us being cheapskates, think again.
The waitress gasped when Vic pulled out his wad and laid her with 24 Benjamin Frankies as a tip. Like I said, biggest balls everywhere.